to organize a retrospective. That would be first of all a check-in, see how everybody is entering the meeting. Then we would love to join the experience and the energy of everyone. So for that, we're going to use a Google Doc or a simple system to put everything written, and then we can prioritize, and then from that we can get with the collective intelligence the best idea for the next session. Would that be okay for everyone? Or yeah? Very good. So let's start with checking how are we coming in, body and mind, and maybe just a sentence about what were your feelings about this wonderful session. Fanta, you want to start?
Yes, sure. I'm excited. So yeah, one word, excited.
Very good. Thank you very much. Pamela, how are you coming in?
Yes, I'm here to really hear about it, all of your experiences and how it was for each of you and globally what that was like. So I'm excited to be here this morning. Thank you.
And thank you. Wolfgang.
Wow. The experience, the conference was great for me. I'm actually looking at a lot of sessions afterwards because I wasn't there all the time. I took care about myself on the conference because I knew it's overwhelming if you watch everything for me. And I feel the men's circle got a boost and I'm excited. From other sides, I got asked to join men's circles and to make them. And tomorrow we continue with the men's circle we created for the Congress. So it's really like beautiful, really a boost.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Amélie, how are you coming in?
Hi everyone, I'm fine. And for me, I would say in one sentence that this event was an incredible experience at different levels. And I'm looking forward to that we can all share our feedbacks on this event. So, great.
Thank you. Faye.
You mean me, Faye? Not Payel. Fantastic experience, totally loved it. So good to connect with more people on a deeper level and looking forward to what's to come.
Thank you. Nutan.
Yes, I enjoyed all the sessions. I'm still catching up with some on the recordings and very insightful sessions and very informative sessions. And happy to be a part of it, although I was not too well, so I was not totally attentive as I would normally be, but I still enjoyed it.
Good, thank you. Yuko?
Yes, that whole event, I know that we were speaking English, but I felt that there was non-verbal communication, and it was so beautiful that we felt that energy, and I'm so thankful to be part of this group. So thank you. And I was almost fall asleep just about 30 minutes ago, but I managed to wake up, so I'm here.
Thank you. Stephael.
Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, I'm feeling very well. Yeah, I must say I had really an exciting and unique experience over the vegan cafe. And I'm really looking forward to have your feedback and hear about your experiences also. And yeah, really looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephael. Natalie, are you coming in?
Oh, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Fulfilled. I think the content was so well laid. Appreciation of having it being on a platform where you can rewatch. So having that on demand, because there would be lots of thoughts and then you come back and kind of go through, what did that person say again? How was that said? I like that very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. Who do we have here? We have Francois.
I am very much here, very much present. Of course, I was in the control panel of the sessions. So lots of the sessions I only got, like, you know, parts. I wouldn't be able to say I had the essential, but I'm not like somebody who would have listened to every session, because I was always doing something. So that is a very interesting part for me, but it's been the case in many conferences where I've been part of. For the future, right now, I have not a white. It's not a white page. It's an interesting feeling of. I don't know. It's just I don't have like a plan coming all prepared in my pocket. There is one thing that I have noticed again, which has been consistent with all our conferences since the beginning. The quality of the people, the quality of the ambience has been absolutely amazing. Quantities is not something yet that we seem to be really excellent at. It's not our goal. Yet I think it would be nice if these messages, these precious messages, could be heard by more. So it's just something that I have in the back of my head, not as a priority, because the priority remains the quality, but as yeah, I would like to see this quality merge in more quantity, and that's where I am right now.
Okay, thank you very much. We have Rupa that joined in. Hello, Rupa. I think you're still mute. Can we ask you how you feel? How you coming in?
Pardon?
How
Hello?
do you feel? Hello?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Quick word about how you feel and how was the conference?
Oh, the conference was excellent. It was something I really couldn't have imagined. Helped me a lot to connect with people of my kind. And I felt very much at home here and learned a lot from everybody. And the best part was it was easy to connect with everybody. So.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Julie, how are you coming in?
With the mic on. A little bit rested, and after the 10 days marathon, very warm heart, thinking back to all the exchanges, the beauty, the multifaceted diamond that that we all created from across the planet and through our hearts and the field. Just a lovely, warm, dilated feeling of beauty and harmony. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. I have to say, the first time I saw everybody like this, I thought, oh, wow, there's a game somewhere here. So everybody doing, and then I understood that, no, it was a Zoom way too. I would say that coming with a agitated mind as usual, body-wise fine. I had a wonderful experience. It was also personally interesting to see how you can look at the video afterwards. So you don't have the stress to do everything because it's a lot of information. And also made me think about the definition of success. And I think success can be measured in a different way. Success is measured on how you touch the life of people, or how you touch the life of people that touch the life of people, which in the way that we're doing here with the Birthing the Humanity. Quality, quantity, so there's a lot of dimensions, and it doesn't stop yet, because once you have content, you can restream it, you can do a lot of things. So I think that the old idea of an offline conference is dead. You just go somewhere, and when you go away, the only thing that you're taking with us is only relationship. Now it evolved in the last 10 years with a lot of content that you can reuse, you can reshare, you can repush. And the WOA app, which is open, is helping for that. So I think it's interesting for all of us to be part of this type of new type of organizations. Good, so thank you very much for this checking round. I would like to invite you, if it's okay for everyone. We thought that in the chat, I'm going to give you a link. The link is a Google Doc, which is a very easy Google Doc. So I hope that everybody can go on it and click on it. And normally you should have a Google document that should open. If you are on it, open your microphone and say in, so I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I am in.
In.
Cool. Good. So I think we are all there. So we're going to go. Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not there.
Good.
I'm clicking on it, but it's not opening.
Very good. 1 second, it will come.
It opens in another browser. So I
in
had.
another browser. Okay.
Yeah, you
So
have
it's
to
not
go
in
away from
Zoom.
it.
It's
Thank you both.
Something is opening. Something is opening.
yes, something is opening.
Yes, it says Google presentation.
While you're looking, I must say I had a lot of great highlights during this the conference. One of the highlights was the little girl, because when you start the video, you don't always listen to everything until it starts. So I went on the travel with François to meet the little girl in the mountain, and only afterwards I said, "Oh, should be my life, not this one, but the one before." And then afterwards I understood that okay, it was fantastic. Good. So going to the second slide, the idea, this is an agile way of working. And the idea is to gather the collective intelligence. And there are some, I would like to propose you some little rules. First of all, these little squares is like a post-it. The idea on the post-it is to write something small, something like more time for preparation, or longer session. So try in this little post-it not to put more than 5, 6, 7, 10 words, nothing big. Because then what we will do is we will sort the post-it together. And once it's done, we can prioritize it. And from that, we can take the best part of it. So what I would like to suggest to everyone, this is a collective tool. So there's always a part of fun when you try to grab something that somebody is also grabbing at the same time. So take it on the funny part. Now let's take 5 minutes. You take any type of post-it and you write the things that you think we should keep for the next organization, the thing we should stop, and the thing we should try.
I just have a little bit of need for clarity.
Okay.
So are you talking about the 10 days event as it was lived through each specific person's point of view? Are you talking about the organization over the last 3 years to what we can do like tomorrow? Are you talking about try at another event or try with the members now? What's the context?
This tool is usually used when you close a cycle and you open a new one. And of course, we could say, normally it's what the people have in mind, the tensions that they have. So you don't have to close it down because the things that come up are the things that they really want to share. Of course, we'll try to concentrate on the last conference because this is what we most remember of. And this is going to be the learning for the next one. Does it answer? But if you have something else that you want to put there, put it there as well. Does it answer your question?
Yes and no, because basically my feeling anyway is that we're not just going from event to event.
Okay, this is about, yeah?
No,
So how would you...
this is an ongoing, because it's a growing membership platform, it's we need to and want the members to engage like all the time.
Okay.
So we're not looking just to create, 2 fantastic 10-day conferences a year. That's
Okay.
not the goal. So the goal for us is to create this global family so that these intergenerational, multidisciplinary conversations and sharing and gathering can continue basically throughout the year. So
Okay.
any feedback in those lines would be really very helpful for us.
So create global community, what did you say?
Well,
yeah.
We're creating a global community stroke family is even better.
Okay.
Where, first of all, it's intergenerational, it's multidisciplinary. This we've already established because that's who we are. It's multicultural. And basically so that these conversations, this collaboration, this creating a safe container for people to dare, in a way, to be themselves, where outside of this group, many have not dared to say the things that they have actually shared in these presentations and in these groups. So we don't want it just, okay, now everything's on pause, and now we're going to work for the next one, and then for 10 days, oh, that's it, the door is open, now we can all be ourselves, and now we go, no. It's an ongoing, it sounds like the French telephone is on. I think maybe
Stéphane, do you have a message?
Fanta, could you your telephone?
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. So,
It was French. It must be.
So basically, the idea is that this global community or family continues through helping each other, teaching, exchanging, collaborating throughout the whole time. So with the ongoing groups, sessions, the ongoing vegan cafe, the ongoing men's circle, that these things are happening in the community, where we create the safe container so that we can have, real exchanges and collaboration, and people can feel a depth of belonging and safety, that they can, really be themselves and share the best of themselves. So what we have to put in context the idea at the moment is not just, and this is what I've had to say to a few people who've asked me, can I have my session? I want to put it on YouTube. And so I say, well, if we only wanted everything on YouTube, that's what we would have done. We would just have a YouTube channel and just post all the sessions, and who needs to meet anybody? But that was not our choice. Our choice is to create this safe space. And so the feedback on this particularly would be very, very useful for us, the executive committee, of what allowed you to do this? What would you like more of that would encourage you to want to continue? So for example, the vegan cafe, we don't just say, well, okay, see you in 6 months, Stephael, that was great. We'll do a better job next year. But how can we have a vegan cafe going on all the time, even if it's once a month? You see what I mean? So we want to create this, well, we have created it. It's already there, it exists. We have members. And how can we continue this all the time?
Okay, so thank you very much for the declaration, and the proposition is good. So we are seeing the event within a more broader organization with a broader objective. We wrote it down: create a global community, family, intergeneration, interdisciplinary, multicultural, to continue conversations. If it's okay, what we're going to put there is, with my state of mind, what happened at the conference or what happened on the global stage, what do I want to continue, what do I want to stop, and what do I want to try? And it's also important to put stop ideas there, because it's there's nothing which is judgmental. It's more about feelings, and everybody has an own experience. So there's nothing good or bad. It's only what I have learned until now and what I want to share with the group. And then we're going to put it together.
So I have another question. Here on the stop, I'm just looking, just so that I understand the game. I'm a little bit slow. It says so many sessions a day. Does that, or stop so many sessions? So it would be good if this would be quantifiable, because
we're going to do it afterwards. So at the moment, in the next 5 minutes, everybody just brainstorm and put in. Then we're going to go through the post-it, and we're going to ask questions if there's a post-it or we don't understand. Like I say, what is too many? Is too many 5 or is too many 10? And then we can have, this is exactly the discussion we want to have afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, so anyone else has a question about filling ideas there? Or a difficulty or? Very good.
So I'm not sure how do I get a card?
How do you what?
On the Keep session, I'm looking for.
If you want something else, just do copy paste of a post-it, and then you take a one which is not existing. I'm going to put you more copy paste so you can take some somewhere. Okay, like this. You just take an empty post-it and you just put it.
Okay, I haven't quite got the hang of this yet, but we'll see.
It's an experiment. I know it's a new tool and that we have to get used to it.
Okay, let's get going.
That's part of the fun.
Wait.
I cannot connect to it, to the Google.
Let's try if I can help you. Did you see on the browser something opening?
Nothing is opening.
So when you click two times, when you click 2 times on the link, what is happening?
The link has not come. It's gone.
No, it's still there.
Please send the link again.
Rupa, I'm going to send it again. Here we go. Here you go. It's on the chat in Zoom.
Yeah.
If you click 2 times, you have to go out of Zoom and you have to go for your computer browser. Safari, Chrome.
Yeah. Now it's opening.
Very good. Payel, you also saw that what we are doing? Very good. So if you want, you can just join, click on the link, and then you take a post-it and you write the things. Ali, you saw
Yes, I already did. I
Great.
did it. Yeah.
Continue. We can, let's take 5 minutes and try to put everything out that we have. And we're going to have a nice little music on the backside for the creative part.
Well, I still can't work this. I haven't been able to do one yet.
Take some time. You have time.
Well, every time I put my cursor over a little thing, it zooms it up.
You have to click.
It becomes big and not.
Try to click 2 times on the post-it and see what happens.
It's gone 3 times as big.
Okay, so maybe don't click on it. Maybe you can just write something.
I don't know how to do that.
Can you try to write even if it's not a post-it?
No, I just don't know how to do it.
No.
Okay, well. The observer group.
Julie, how are you going?
I haven't done one yet.
Don't worry.
Good. Every time I put my cursor over the thing, it just goes.
Did you try left? François is there, the saver. Come on, François.
Look, if I just go, it goes.
That's because you have this this plus one.
I know, but how do you not get a plus one?
So to click somewhere else is because you are just reload the whole thing.
What do you mean reload? Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Okay, now go down and now play.
Now play what?
So
I want to write Dr. Payel to include her daughter. That was terrific for the youth and the daughter, and having her part of behind you in some of your lectures. That was terrific.
Monday.
Even I was thinking to include her now as well, because I got lost somewhere. I was trying to write something and it went somewhere.
Double click in it and you can start.
That's part of the fun. Continue. Yeah.
You take an empty one and you just.
No, it's not. For the non-techies, this is not very easy.
Yeah.
It's like everything. We all get used to it.
It's fun. I think we should do this during the conference.
I have more. I have more.
It's like a team building exercise.
Well, I'll just cuddle my cat.
I'm with you, Julie. I'm not. This is challenging.
How to introduce more and more boxes?
You do copy paste. You go on the box and you say copy.
Oh, okay.
That's easy.
But you have to be quick, Payal, because other people pinch your box. So I was about to type in one and somebody stole it.
I keep copying them empty. I think it's funny. It would be really an interesting point to use in the conference at some point. It somehow awakes the awareness, the attention.
The best part is, when you are trying to write something and somebody will take it out.
Well, we're heading off to the vegan cafe already.
Yeah. Oh, I lost my. Lost it. Hello.
It looks like we are playing some online games.
Yeah, it looks like Free Cell or something. You know, that card game.
If somebody is finished, we can try to sort them out a little bit, put them nicely. Okay, try to think everything what is linked with Julie said. What is success? What do we need to make this paradigm shift? What are the things that we can still try for next one? Or in general?
Somebody put breakup rooms. Is that where you go when you want to break up with someone?
I think it means break out.
Yeah.
Breakup rooms.
Should have a love up room then, shouldn't we?
Cuddle the cat, somebody put. And that's being done. 2 hands. Somebody's an anonymous quokka.
वो पौधों को पानी दीजिए।
Good, I would say let's take 1 minute more and then we can all come back together.
Really love the folk song which is going, in the background. It looks like an old folk song.
It's from Cuba, Buena Vista Social Club.
Oh, and it's sounding amazing. It's very soothing.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Cuddle the cat. That's you, Julie, I gather.
I haven't written anything. So Don't worry about me.
Somebody wrote cuddle the cat.
I guess it must be my other half.
Exactly.
Good. So I'm looking at everyone through Zoom. If you think you need more time, raise your hand. If not, good. Very good. So thank you very much. This has been a wonderful experience. So
Well, wait a minute. It hasn't been a wonderful experience for everybody.
I know, Julie, I know you couldn't.
Who are you speaking on behalf of? I've gone to the mummy.
I'm sorry you couldn't join this one, but I'm sure you will see yourself in some of the experiences there, and there will always be the possibility to put more. So let's go for the keep part, and let's try to see. I would need like a 3-person, because if not, it's going to be a little bit 2-person. It's going to be a little bit complicated. I would say I'm going to, with your approval, appoint responsible. François, Faye, can you go on the keep part and you try to put the post-it together that go together? Amélie and Wolfgang, can you go to the stop part and you try to group the post-it together? And then who do we have? Yuko and Natalie. Would you like to go to the try part and try to put it together? And the rest is looking, and if we can help, we try to help. Okay.
Is there an easy way to make it bigger so it's very little for me to read?
That I found out how to do.
You
I can do. Let me tell you. So you go up to the top under New Humanity. And
Yes.
there's like a little magnifying glass.
Oh, wait a second. There is something written. Wait. Yes, here.
It's got a plus in the middle, and if you put your cursor on it, it says zoom.
Wow. So you're specialist.
Well done, Julie.
That's the only thing I found. It just zoom, 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 and then you can make it go back, and then you make it go big, and then you make it go back, and you wait for the others to finish.
So I'm not clear what we're doing. We're grouping them together. How do you mean?
By grouping together, I mean that maybe there are a few ones which are about organization, a few ones about session, a few ones about the cats, for example, is something different, one session at a time. For example, if you have different vegan cafe, you put them together.
Yuko, I think we're moving at the same time. It's hilarious.
Okay, various speakers, for example, here there's various things there. Speaker hours a little bit different. Vegan cafe goes here. Wova, there we go. Oops. Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Are we coming good?
No.
Well, Amelie, I think that's pretty much it.
Good. So let's go. Let's go for keep. Can I ask Faye?
Oh God.
Can you read it? Read the keep through. If you are listening to something where you want to clarify, please coming and say, no, what do we think? I'm talking to the rest of the group. Okay, so we're going to read them through. If she's reading something you don't understand, you want a clarification, you raise your hand and you say, Faye, please, can I ask what this means? Okay.
Well, I haven't really done a very good job of grouping them. I only did about 4 because they keep jumping all over the place, but I'll just go through them. I'll read them.
So can I just say something?
Sorry. Yep.
I've just been looking through what I see, and this is my understanding from just observing, is the messages are mostly pertaining an event. So I have to be really, really clear that Birthing the New Humanity is not about an event.
I think that I understand where we are here, Julie, because everyone in the team has a different perspective with what has happened. And there's something we want to say and communicate about the event. I know that for you, you have a holistic view and a broader objective of where the Birthing Humanity should go in the next 10 years. But nevertheless, some part of the group want to share something about the event. So the idea is, let's group this just to have an idea, and let's see if this is going to build the whole dream. I don't know if it makes sense.
I also think that's important. It's about to close the event, actually. This what happened, to integrate it, to have this broader view.
So that makes more sense to me. You see, I have to have a context. Otherwise, it's just somebody saying, oh, apples, oh, pears, oh, this or that. Doesn't, you know, yeah, we can spend 2 hours doing that, but it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't mean anything. Ideas. Now, if we say this is a closing of having worked together over the last however long on a specific event, and what do people think about this specific event, then that makes sense to me.
For me, that's the next logic step. It's the first time we meet after the event. So for me, it's like this, it's a kind of celebration and closing for us as a team who was working for that for a couple of months.
Okay.
That's my perspective.
Thank you. So in that container, then for me, that makes a big difference. Thank you, Wolfgang.
What includes then to open the next gate and to continue?
The executive committee, there is a next gate. There is that whole conversation going on. So you see, so.
Good. So I'm looking at the time, and maybe we don't have time to read it through, but everybody read the keep. So I'm going to ask the team if you have any question about the keep, or if there's anything you would like to highlight from something beautiful that you saw. You have to raise your hand and to share with the group. Yeah,
I think everything that was written in the keep is fairly straightforward. It seems to be all things that we are easy to understand and that we have appreciated. So probably, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, what I see in the keep is very easy to understand. That's my perspective.
Very good. And I also believe so. The keep is very nice. This is where you have the congratulation as a group, and for the organizers that put a lot of energy into the event. So let's go now for the stop. In here, who was in the stop team?
Amelie and me.
I think it's worth reading them. And if there's a question, then please raise your voice. Wolfgang.
Okay, there is 2 comments about so many sessions a day, and the other thing was about viewer sessions, so not also less.
Okay.
The other thing was vegan cafe followed by breakout room to stop that. And the other thing was about registration to stop blocking admissions after the start. I think that means registration. I also wrote to close registration after the event started, to stop that, to keep registration on, allow registration during the event.
Okay, so this is a conversation. Does anyone has a question about these proposals to stop?
What do you mean by about a question?
A question or a remark, or
Have we understood the comment, or do you want to debate that?
If you understand, first of all, if it's understood, and if it's understood, then debate. I think it's clear, so it's understood. So do we want to debate?
Pamela had her hand up.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to unmute yourself, Pamela. You have to unmute yourself.
I think you can unmute Pamela as well. Julie or François, I don't know who did the. No, you cannot.
Not really.
Pamela, you're very good.
I'm unmuted, but I'd like to get back to the main screen. Is everyone still in this keep, stop, try page? I'd like to come back to the group and I don't see how to do that.
You have to go and see Zoom, where Zoom is.
You have to find your Zoom link down in the toolbar, Pamela, because I struggled with that too. But you have to look down on your toolbar down the bottom where there's a picture of the camera. And
I got
click
it.
on that. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought there was another way. Thank you.
No, yeah, I was the same. I got a bit stuck.
Good. So does anybody wants to comment the three discussion that we had here? Too many sessions, vegan cafe followed by breakout room, or blocking admission from the start? Yes, François? Are you mute? You're muted.
You're muted, François. You are muted. We can see it from here. I know. Don't we see a little red microphone with a line through it?
No.
Oh yes, okay. I was pushing on the space bar, but obviously it was not working. So, so yes, what I was trying to say about that is that I noticed that when there was vegan cafe followed by breakout groups, that was making a lot of empty time, and then we would end up having very few people in the breakout group. Breakout group should always follow an activity. Just starting with a breakout group is better to leave people the possibility to organize a meeting between themselves. You know, they say, well, we would like to meet at such and such place. We are allowed to do that. So that was one thing I would like to change. The thing about the registrations left open, let me explain a little bit the context. We had no idea that there was a time where the tickets stopped being available. So it was a hidden function in Whova. And on the evening of the 19th, I think, no, or even the 18th, that's right, just one day before it opened, suddenly we had tickets available and nobody was able to register. So we said, what's going on? So we found out, I mean, I had to call the support, etc. So we found out that yes, you could change the stop date. So we finished the date, and what happened is that we had expected about a maximum of 500 people, and then you have to pay more for every 50 people who come, you know. And so during the session, several people asked us, are you going to reopen the doors? After we had reopened and then of course reclosed automatically. And we said, well, you know, we have 500 people, 550 people inscribed, and we have 60, 70 who turn up for sessions. What's the point in just paying for even more people when maybe one or two more will come for sessions? That was getting really a waste of money. And this is why we decided not to reopen. And also, this is a politics that we have had right from the beginning. We don't really like people who just turn up just for one session because they're interested in this one session, or speakers who just come for their session. I mean, unless they cannot do otherwise, which we totally understand. And we had some speakers doing that, and some of them were celebrities, and we absolutely wanted to have them. So that's totally understandable. There are people who don't have the time to stay in a conference. They will be asking another conference the day after. But we were encouraging people to be, as much as possible, to be present every day, even if it's 1 hour a day in the conference from the beginning to the end, whenever they would be available, rather than having people signing up here and there when they feel like it. We were not so keen for that. That's why we left the thing as it was, with no more registration, and we ended up in 530 because I added 75. I added 50 halfway. I mean, just before the beginning of the conference, I added 50. So we had 550 possibilities, and we were 533 registered.
Very good. Thank you very much. Any comment or Julie?
So yes, obviously François and I discussed all this, and we had people asking us to keep it open. As you know, basically it was coming out of our pocket, the finances. So I think that's completely understandable. that if you have 200 people who don't even download the app, it's really about engagement rather than quantity. And so that needs to be looked at. And it's also a feeling of, you know, you've put a huge amount of effort and work into making something, and you invite people for free. Okay, it's an invitation. And people, well, they see the message, they don't sign up, who cares? And then like halfway through, they say, oh, I think I'll go to that. It's not what we want to encourage. It's people who see that and say, wow, I feel really drawn to being there. I feel engaged. I come to give something, to participate. And this community means something to me, rather than, oh, well, I can just go in there halfway through, just swan around, listen to what I want and walk out. That's not the sort of people we want to encourage at this level.
I think that we noted it down. I think some of the people that wanted to register afterwards really wanted to go to all the sessions, but couldn't. We understand it's a financial and an organization decision, but I think that the team just said, maybe for the next one, there's a way to think if there is a possibility to register afterwards as well or not. And there's also the question about, is there a minimum price to pay? If it's free, we saw 550 registration and sometimes some session with 10 people. Maybe it's interesting also to put a 10 euro, different things we can discuss for next one. Okay, good. So that's going to close the stop part. Let's go for the try. Who were the try captains?
Oh, that was Yuko and Natalie.
Yep.
Go ahead, Yuko.
Yes. So we have a lot of sticky notes on our ours, but I've kept the bottom part as more of activities. Like there are a lot of people wants to have like a meditation room, a breathing zone, a relaxing zone, yoga zone, game and playfulness, music, and so it's like an interactive part of the event. And also if people wants to have the like instant communication system, I think they're talking about the Whova app and how they can communicate, engage all members, and so it's more of a communication part. And then there's having a vegan cafe session occasionally outside of the main events, like ongoing monthly community movie nights, and then there's another, and I didn't understand this one, punctual events on Whova.
Can we ask who wrote this and if you can explain to it?
Yeah.
Punctual events on Whova. Okay, we don't remember. Okay, so continue. Okay.
Sorry, it's just me. It's me.
And is
what
it mean like a continuous events?
You know, punctual. So occasionally events.
Okay. Yeah. So that probably go with like around here, like to have a communications and activities and things like that. And like extend the sharing of work for more efficiency and also for everyone to feel fully invested. I wanted to ask what that means in efficiency, and what do you mean by, if anyone who wrote this?
Can we ask to who to post it?
Yes. Will you please share your thoughts?
Which one? Which can you say again?
Yes, it's this blue one. Extend the sharing of work for more efficiency, and also everyone.
It is me who wrote this.
Okay.
What it is, and it's something which is related to probably the emergency in which we worked. It is we haven't had time to really organize, you know. I'm going to give this part of the work to, say, Faye, Fanta, and Amélie. That part of the work will be more Sven and Francois, and etc. So we haven't had the time to really, especially when it comes to the technical, to have very clear boundaries. And one of the things for me was that I had to discover the Whova platform in altogether in 10 days because of what we were doing before. And so I was not in a state to say to someone, your job will be this, if you're happy to do it, because I didn't even know what the job was. So that is the question that I would like, with experience, that we come up to something where next time I'll say, well, this I know it's no problem. It's Wolfgang looking after it. And if Wolfgang has a problem, he will come back towards me or whoever. So it's just something which just allows us to have a probably more in advance preparation to who does what. But there are moments where one of us who was perfectly competent, say, was doing nothing, and another one was completely saturated. You see, like for example, let's say Faye, because of her time zone, had to stay up a long time, I mean, very, very late, when someone else probably could have done the same work. And that's okay, she did it with a smile. But as much as possible, I'd like to arrive to something where it rolls together, where the team is more harmonized. And I know that's very much what Sven is proposing to us.
As you said, the experience of this Congress is helping to draft roles and responsibilities and deadlines. And this is what was a little bit more difficult for this time. So
yes, that's right. That's exactly what I'm expressing. Yes.
But so we have it there. Thank you very much. Yuko, what else?
So I'm thinking that more time to prepare, like for Congress 9 month, more advertisement for more reach, project board. And so on this right side, I think it's more of a how to develop the whole Congress. And there's another like on the different bubble is that like offer some session with speakers native language. I wrote that. I thought because Dr. Ikigawa's board, there were a lot of Japanese people showed up, and I thought maybe they appreciated to have the different language. So I thought to just keep it there. But to return the conference with the recording, is this meaning like to offer recording session to people like afterwards? I don't get what this means.
Well, you can run this conference completely automatically again. Because the session is already there. You won't have questions and answers like live, but the whole information can be rerun in sections or completely without any involvement from our side, just by people registering. But you know, there's a lot of question about.
Right.
Yeah, it's possible.
I see. Right. Yeah.
Julie, yeah.
So one of the ideas, obviously, with this, that perhaps not all the volunteers know about, is that this content is destined from the beginning to be used by the members, so that we build up a members library, so that members have they have a library of resources, they have a library, and that it's more in that intention rather than basically just kind of sending out the information session by session to people who, you know, okay, well, they've just heard one session about this. It's a global shift that is happening from many facets. And the people who want to buy in as a member get access to this multifaceted community. So that's not even our intention at the moment, to kind of just resell the event or package the information. We can use it to communicate what our community is about, what's happening. But we're not just, at the moment, our intention is not just to sell information.
But somehow this message has to reach people. So we have to think about how to reach the people. It's not about selling, it's about
Sure. So then we could have I invite you to come to one of our members' meetings and join the community and learn what is already happening and what our intentions are and where we're going with this.
Some of the conference
rated already.
Some of the conference get their financing return after the conference just by allowing external people to have a look at the content by paying 30 euros, and you can look at the videos.
Exactly, and this is one of the reasons why we specifically decided not to do a summit kind of where you get the 40 presentations, you watch them for 24 hours or 48 hours, and you buy the lot. So this is something that's been going for years. We know about this, and we consciously chose not to do this.
Okay.
So, and there's a reason behind it.
Very good. Yuko, other posting?
Yes, there's another one. It's saying create enough break time between sessions.
Okay.
So
good.
then, those are kind of like having different sections and put it, together. So I think, I hope that was clear enough.
There's one thing about, I'd just like because it was basically the few of us who made the whole program. And obviously there needs to be improvements. There's nothing that can't be improved. That is absolutely clear. But what we needed to take into consideration is time zones. So what seemed like a lot for somebody was not a lot for others, because they could only be there. For some people, it was only like 1 hour a night that was happening, that something was happening. And for other people, especially in the European time zone, we had to put, the maximum in so that we went to late at night so that the Americans could have one thing in the morning. And we started early so that the Japanese could have one thing before going to bed. So if we had far less sessions, then practically nobody would be able to attend a live session. They would all have to watch it, recorded.
These are the model that can be under discussion, of course, to see how we can gain more reach. Do we want a European conference and then an Asian conference and an American conference? And everybody can join, but they have a majority in one time zone? Or do you want to have a global conference like this one, where some have difficulties to come? I don't know if there's a clear answer, but I think we should wait on the pro and the cons from each one to make decision. At the end, it's marketing. How do people...
One of the things, as it's not just about an event, it's about an ongoing community, there has to be both. The one thing that for me personally was absolutely fantastic and a huge success, which I never even really expected at all, is to have Noel in Arizona and Yuko in Japan at the same event, and having people up at 3 in the morning because this was so important for them to be there. So we had explored the idea of having somebody more connected with the American time zone and to look after that and have more things on, and then more things for the European. Obviously that's easiest for us, and etc. But this, you need to have, a lot more members, and it shouldn't replace. Some people in the past have said, oh, well, we could have a Birthing the New Humanity India, for example. Well, sorry, but then we're no longer humanity, we're India. So the idea of us being a global family and not just regional is something which is absolutely central to what we're doing. That doesn't mean that there can't be regional breakouts and regional things as well, but not one replacing the other. Otherwise, it's beating, defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the feeling this conference was extremely successful because from my perspective, it was a conference for opinion leaders. And that's the reason why there wasn't like everybody. So I'm also wondering, 500 people and 60 people are here. It's quite a lot. It seems like a lot of people at the end couldn't go there because it was, for me, it was completely right. It wasn't about having 300 people. It was a meeting, a conference for opinion leaders. And that is what I saw. And these are the people who are here. And this content can be go through Noel in the States and go through Yuko in Japan and through Nutan in India. That's the channels. And it's not about to throw it out for everyone, but there is the direct connection to people who are really interested in eventually. And so for me, the event was an amazing success. And actually for me, it's about to come to an end about this event. And because what we can try actually shows for me already in the direction, how can we be together in the future, having the vegan cafe ongoing, having a meditation room ongoing, having a breathing room ongoing, having teachings ongoing.
Yes.
And the conferences is just islands where to come together in a more focused way.
Exactly. So that's more the perspective that we had when we started this earlier this year, is that in this global community of members, there are different levels so that people can interact. We already had the doctor saying, well, we could get together and learn from each other. The midwives actually did that. And then they come into this multidisciplinary where everybody actually, the professors of medicine get to speak to the doulas, where in society that's practically never happens. So we have this dialogue going on, but practically each one of our members has already said they would be happy to offer a masterclass. So we have the possibility of each one giving a masterclass to the others. So again, this builds up our information bank, of resource bank, that the members would then be continually connected with. They're able to give their information and share with people and, receive. And so there's all these different levels. The thought leaders can come together. The experts can come together. The parents can come together. So this is already in the pipeline, and so that it will continue on a full-time basis. That it's like, it's like a club where activities are happening all the time. We did actually evoke in the executive committee who's putting this together, having a meditation room, having a music room, having all these things, daily yoga and everything. But it came to volunteers. So we didn't have much time to put the whole thing together, that's for sure. But either you have to have a volunteer or you have to have money. You have to pay somebody to do it. So the beauty of now is that we've done things through volunteers. And that means we've got people who are really engaged. And so all these things, again, have been discussed. Even the vegan cafe, we're already thinking about how we can have it ongoing and have a part which is available for the members. And remember, it's, we have to keep thinking of all the time zones. So somebody says, oh yeah, well, we could have it every Saturday afternoon. Yeah, but Saturday afternoon for you might be in the middle of the night for somebody else. So you can't just have one time. So, and then how can we open that out to bring in guest speakers and have a time which is actually open to the public? So all this is already in our discussions of how we can move forward. So it's fantastic that it's been, restated on the cards. It means that we're kind of on the same wavelength. We want to see this continue. All these things are absolutely wonderful, but we need to have volunteers to, on an ongoing basis, to make it happen.
I think the part of the discussion here, the volunteers will be needed, but there are different ways to organize the different islands, as you said. You can start with pitching it to big investors to get 10,000 euro and do something totally different. Or you can go, when you organize it, try to get some investors. So I think there are different things we can discuss for the next one, where we can have different ways of organizing it. Good, I'm looking at the time, it's 3:10. If it's okay for everyone, I would like to organize like a closing round. So I think that we put some ideas here. The organizing committee can try to see if there's something that they can be useful. François,
Just
I don't
like
know if,
to spend what are number 3 and 4
excuse me?
on the slide deck? What are number 3 and 4?
Usually what you do on the 3 and the 4, you, if we have time, we prioritize the cards and we say, okay, everybody has 3 points. If does everybody has 10 minutes more or not?
I do.
10 minutes
Yes.
raise your hand? Yeah, good. So let's go on the slide 4 and let's see, everybody's going to take 5 points. And you just go on the little red point, you make copy, and then you go back on slide 2 and you make paste. And then you put the red point only on the column stop and try on the thing that you think is the most important. So I'll do again. 5 point maximum per person. We only go on the stop and the try column. Put a little red spot on the post-it that you say is the most important for next one. And this is where we go, how the group is going to prioritize the session. Understood, everyone?
No. How do you get?
I don't know, François, if I can explain it with Zoom. It's a copy paste on the red spot.
On to the number 2.
Yeah,
Slide number 2.
You go on the slide number 4. You go on the red spot. You make a mouse click left, copy.
Yeah. Yes.
Then you go back on slide number 2, paste, and then you paste the little red spot. For example, here, yeah. Oh, you have it there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some more here so that people can just take.
Oh,
How about that?
You take the spot on the slide number 2, and you just push them on the post-it you think are the most important.
Of the most important.
Yes, some will have funny things like a big. And it's part of the fun. Only on the stop and try, not on the keep. On the keep, everything is clear. This is what you want to keep. Only go on the try, on the stop.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm still confused.
Five votes per person.
So.
Sorry, what are we putting them on? I'm not really clear. We're putting the red dot on what we do or don't want.
No, on what you think is a priority. So you go on the stop section and a try section, and there's something what you say, this is my priority. I put 1 spot there. No, it's so important. I can do two spots there. So basically.
So in the stop one, the ones that are really important, you want to stop them.
Correct. Or in try, the thing that you really want to try. And we're going to see with a number of red spots what the team is saying is the most important thing for next time. Natalie, everything fine? You're laughing?
God.
Don't worry, if the dot is changing size, you just erase it and you take a new one. And once
It's really fun thing to do.
Well, I'm glad somebody's finding it fun.
The funny part is, whenever you want to click and it will become bigger and bigger.
I keep wanting to put my dot on More Lively membership and it just won't go there. Yeah, but I've just taken it because it's underneath another one.
I can help you, Julie. What do you want to do?
I want to put a dot under More Lively membership
In which column is it?
on side.
More.
It's at the bottom of try. Oh, that's a big one. Whoo!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have champions around here.
Julie, it's done. Do you want to put it somewhere else?
We are probably engaging all the members.
Okay. Done. What else?
Paid help for the organization. That would help.
Yeah, one more, Julie.
Ah, what happened?
Oh yeah, well, it's not exactly having a vegan cafe session occasionally outside the main events, but it's continue with the vegan cafe. I would put on there.
Yep. And the last one, fifth one.
It looks like our board has got a disease with all these red spots. It's not too bad.
It's only supposed to be on the try and the stop, right?
Yes, but somebody wants to put on keep, so it's okay. We know where.
It's just when we were doing paste, they were all going there.
Okay, so let's make a stop there if it's okay for everyone, so we can have a look at the big picture. Of course, we can put one or two more, but it's the idea. So we saw that even if the idea was to go and stop and try, there is like music, entertainment, and the keep in the various speakers are coming up. In the stop, fewer session and registration open on the time. No, registration all open the time was important topic to discuss and find a solution. And on the try, more time to prepare Congress, 4 points. Enhance or instant communication, 4 points. And then we have different 3 points like meditation zone, yoga zone, and Vega Cafe, and paid help for the reach. Good. I would say with that, we have a sort of prioritization that we can hand out to the organizing committee. So they have an idea of also how to prioritize a different topic. And if it's okay for everyone, let's go for a very warm, full of energy closing round. First of all, I'm going to ask you, what did you find of the session, or what can we do to improve it? And secondly, a last thing you would like to say to close this session, to close the retrospective of the organization of the event, and then we'll see on for the next session how we go on. Okay, would that be okay? Fai, you want to start?
Sure. What am I saying? So I found that a bit challenging doing that because I'm not really a techno person. So trying to do all that online and watch the screen is very challenging for me, but I'll get there, I guess. I've learned a lot in the last few weeks. So it's been good in that regard that I've been on a huge learning curve. And so where I was 3 weeks ago and where I am now is phenomenal, really. So let's hope that continues without being too challenging. But yeah, it gives us a lot to go on, I guess, for next time. Is that all I need to share?
Very good. Thank you. Amélie?
Yes. So as far as I'm concerned, it was okay. I mean, the document was fine for me. I haven't found that it was challenging, but I think at least we managed to have lots of information from everyone. I mean, in an hour and 15 minutes. So I think that's good, and we can work from there. So I think then I look forward to carry on with all this information, and so yeah, I'm quite happy with what happened.
Very good. Thank you very much. Nutan? You there? Yes.
Yes, I'm there, but well, all this technology is a little challenging for me. So I couldn't interact much with the sticky notes and the dots. But yes, I think it was a wonderful session in thinking of how to go forward. And yes, I hope we go forward with the same spirit as we go ahead, because it's a beautiful spirit that we have at Birthing the New Humanity. Thank you.
Thank you. Payal?
Yeah, as like Faye said, we all are in a learning phase, and literally I think I have learned in this last couple of months much about the technology what I haven't learned in my entire life. And thanks to all of you and for that, and thanks to my daughter who was constantly behind me. And yes, and the way you did, Stephen, I think that is fantastic. And in a couple of minutes, we came to know so many things we can do with our Birthing the New Humanity. Some things we have to keep it, some things we have to delete it. And yeah, thanks to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Natalie?
Hi. I just want to say thank you too for the opportunity to be part of the planning for this event, to come in and put together at best the pre-planning for this. It is really substantial what's there in content. And for Julie and Francois, congratulations, coming off of the Birth the Change and just going right on the heels of that into the mix of putting this together. To the best of the ability of the executive committee, this is terrific to see all of your different level of options of where you're going to take this, your business planning and your structure for it. So I just feel very delighted through the history of all of this, just to know I've had a red dot into all of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rupa?
Yes, I'm having problems with the technology because I'm not a person for it. But yes, I've learned a lot. And today I have a clear picture as to what really we want to do, how we want to go forward with it, and what everybody wants. So this chart is very interesting. And thanks a lot to Julia and Francois that I've met so many good people, and it's a clear picture now in front of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupa.
Thank you very much. Ali?
Hello, sorry, I came on a bit late, so I wasn't really sure what's going on. And also, yeah, I'm using the phone, so I'm not able to really know, like, to use the documents. And yeah, but overall, I'm really happy with the conference that we finally made it happen, and with all these challenges connecting people from all over the world. And yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I guess probably later, because I'm putting my baby to sleep, and I will have a look and probably give my my feedback, if you want, to our committee group. And that's, yeah, what I can offer. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Yuko?
Yes, I really love this interactive part, and I cannot wait Dr. Sven to give us more interactive, way of communicating globally through next event. And I really enjoyed getting to know everybody's thought after the event too. So thank you so much for this meeting.
Thank you very much. Stephael?
Yes, I really enjoyed the way that how we put this brainstorm all together. It's yeah, as Yuko said, it's very interactive, very interesting, and efficient. So yeah, thank you for that. And so yeah, I really enjoyed the session, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Pamela?
Well, seeing everything on paper was helpful for me in the sense of having not been part of the planning or the presenting, to see what all of you had to do. So many aspects, and I'm sure this is just a minuscule piece of everything that happened. And so I have a greater appreciation for Julie and Francois, Natalie, and everyone who put this together and helped. I can't imagine all of the things that aren't on there that we didn't see that you really did behind the scenes. So it's given me a huge appreciation for what I can see that it took to put this on. And there's so much more that we didn't see. So thank you to the committees.
Very good. Thank you very much. Fanta?
Yes, wow, it was amazing the way you helped us, Sven, to to manage all the feedbacks, and I really like the interactive tool. So now we have some view of what can be done for the future. So just can't wait to go further. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much. Wolfgang?
Wow, a lot of clarity. Thank you very much for this session. First of all, I saw even we are all into this kind of technology because we met for a while now, there is still problems. And I think that's very important to understand. There is people out there trying to get to the event, having problems with connecting. You know, it's like on one side, it's so normal. On the other side, the most normal things sometimes don't happen in exactly the moment when you most like it. And so this was showing to me, like today, there was problems with dots and, simple things, and it doesn't work. And the other thing, like, I really appreciate this very strategic pointing out what you, Pamela, said. It actually showed what we have done, and seeing what is there is for me not for a Congress. Actually, everything what we would talk about the Congress, we can take and put into the daily life what we want to continue. We can have a weekly meditation space, what really connects people and gives added value to people are stressed. And another thing, I hear people saying they have enough from online. This is going on right now. People say, I don't want to have online anymore. I want to have personal contact. And this phase happened since a couple of weeks. So I got very aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Francois?
Okay. So it's been quite interesting today as well. It's very, I have a feeling that everything I've done and learned today has been in second degree. Looking at these things and looking at the way we work, even through our difficulty altogether, has been very pleasant for me. And I realized that if my head was like blank about where are we going next, what's the next step, etc. when we started, I wouldn't say, oh, that's great, we have made decisions today, but I felt that something has shifted, something has moved inside me in terms of energy, because I feel your support, I feel your engagement. And I said, even if nothing we have said today was to materialize, this session today has been very useful for me. So the main thing being thank you, all of you, for your engagement, because without that, I mean, that is the main point for me. That's what touches me deeply. And I have a feeling that we can change the world together. That's what I really appreciate. So thank you for being here.
Very good. Thank you very much. Julie.
Well, I hate to be the party pooper, but this session has not worked for me. I feel the least connected with all of you than I have done from the very beginning, because when I get somebody's feedback, I want to look at them in the eyes. I want to hear them say these things. I want to connect with them. And I feel the energy was mental. This is my experience, right? There's no blame or anything about anybody else. It's not about anybody else. It's about my experience. But I felt the energy being diverted into, a Google form and not connecting. The whole point for me of this community is to be able to look at each other in the eyes and express and exchange. And now I feel frustrated. I feel more disconnected with everybody. And if this was like saying bye, I personally would have no enthusiasm to continue. And at the beginning of the event, and we had just had an executive committee meeting where we had feedback, where I had my wings, I had my magic wand, I felt great. And with this exercise, that's been taken. So this is just my experience. And one is the frustration with the tool. So that's excluded me from something which is my whole life. I feel, alienated from the people who I have worked with because of something outside. It's all gone down into something which is impersonal. So rather than having personal feedback of somebody really looking at me saying, well, why can't we have this? Or that would be great if we had that. And this connection is what in the 10 days that we've experienced, or I've experienced, being in every single one of the sessions, what has made me feel like I could fly, despite the huge fatigue, was this connection with people, whether it was the speakers or whether it was the question and answers, this direct connection. So, if everybody else loves that, that's perfect. I would say go and do the dots. And then when you have decided what is important for you, come back and share it with me, with your heart.
Thank you very much. I would also say from my side, apologies for the one that couldn't reach with the phones or the computers, or who didn't know how to use the tool. The question is, digitalization is moving forward very quickly. So we can either not use it or embrace it depending on what we need. If we want to have a paradigm shift and we want to really move the world, I really believe that we need to work differently with a lot of people in a different way. So yes, the one-to-one are extremely important, but when we have 30 people, it's not possible to be as quick and as efficient, and there are different types of purpose. So I would say that it's not neither good or bad, it's different. And there is a moment where you use it, a moment where you don't. For example, where we can define success, we can have an hour when everybody is defining success, and we can have one of these tools where we can go deeper with prioritization and come back with less time with a direct some to-do list. So I would just like to say thank you for this session. Excuse me again if some of you thought that it was too disruptive, but at least we did the experiment.
And what I would really like to communicate is as a feedback and as a closing of something which I've personally experienced as really an amazing experience with you all, is really to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I have just loved you all, watching you, the hosts, the vegan cafe, the breakouts, everybody has just really completely gone way over what I could have had an expectation for. I didn't really set an expectation, but that it has really fulfilled my dreams, and has been so beautiful And I would like to look at you in the eyes, each one of you, and really thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for turning up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for doing all the things that you have done to make this an incredible experience.
And this is a very good invitation for a closing round. So this time we can go closer to the computer and let's try to say something from the heart to everyone and to Francois and Julie in particular. Faye, come closer to the camera, look in the eyes. What do you say?
I say thank you everybody from my heart to yours for all the participation, the connection. It's been amazing working with you, and this is just the beginning. Like, I can't wait to, you know, experiment and play outside of the event and just see what we can do together, because it is really exciting. It's just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amelie.
I love you, my extended family.
Thank you very much, Amelie. Nutan.
Lots of love to everybody.
Thank you. Payal. You are muted. You can all unmute your phone. We're going to go quickly through. Payal?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, thank you so much. You know, I really love, you know, being with you all guys, and, you know, you all are so powerful and positive. You literally give, you know, a positive vibes. And that is really amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Natalie?
I give you a hug.
Thank you very much. Rupa?
Thank you to all my soulmates. Love you all.
Thank you. Ali, are you still awake?
Yes, I'm just full of gratitude and love to this beautiful global family, and thank you all for what you do.
Thank you very much. Yuko?
Yes, well, as soon as Julie started to talk, I mean, I felt that tears just coming again. It's like, and then everybody's talking and it's just like so emotional. It's so great to be with you guys, and thank you so much, Francois and Julie and everyone for creating such a great event.
Thank you very much. Stephane?
Thank you.
Please thank Dr. Ikigawa as well for us.
Yes, I sure will. Yes.
Everything that he brought, and his lovely smile and sincerity and depth, and everything that we felt through his presentation was so beautiful.
Thank you. I will definitely tell him that.
Thank you. Stephane?
Yes, I'm so delighted to have met you all and be part of this vibrant family. And thank you for welcoming me. And particularly a big thanks to Julie and Francois. It's very wonderful. Thank you so much. I feel very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Pamela? Pamela?
Yes, I want to say that my takeaway for the day was a comment, Julie, that you made early on, and it was Birthing the New Humanity is not about an event, that it's about the love that we're sharing for this whole Birthing the New Humanity. And that just really stood out for me. And we have to have events, and we do them, but it strengthened my resolve in wanting to continue sharing the love between mother and baby and the whole mother-baby thing. And I feel the essence of that. No matter what we're doing with technology that I can't do or participate, I still feel that coming from both of you. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Fanta?
For me, it's connection, gratitude, and love.
Thank you. Wolfgang?
Thank you for letting me be so close to you. I'm aware, as a man, here is primarily women, I'm aware that I'm very close and I feel you very close, that you let me come very close to you. And I feel this love, and today it was very playful and funny, like when I go to my boys and take away their tablets when they play like this. And today I was doing that. So it was a very funny side, but this love was there still. So this is like not an event, it's there. And Thank you, all of you, especially you and Julie and Francois, for this connection in India and in summer again to leading to this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Francois?
A love appreciation to everyone. That's exactly what I feel at this very moment. You know, I feel something so beautiful. Even when we are doing just like what could look like, you know, just cleaning the toilets. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just like preparing, and it feels not really loving stuff. It's actually, this is where I felt the most. And special gratitude to Sven, who just throws himself without a net or a parachute, you know, and said, let's go for this, and preparing it. And so thank you very, very much for that. It's happy to learn even more. What I was talking about before is that precisely there are groups between us when we share the work. There is first the unity between us, and then when we share the work, there will be areas which are more techie, and there are areas which are more soul level, and they are not against each other. It's just when they get mixed that it gets a bit complicated. So this is really what I see today, and thank you, Sven, for that, because that has really even opened my eyes even more. And thank you, Julie, for also being honest of what she felt, because that's great too as well. So thank you. I don't want to be too long.
Thank you very much. When I look at all of you in the eyes, especially Francois and Julie, I always think, can you build a movement based on love? And yes, you can. So I'd just like to thank you about that. I think it's marvelous. And you say, what do you do in life? I'm just spreading love. Wherever I go. So thank you very much. Julie, you have the last word.
That's what it's about. Look at all the hearts. Look at all the souls. That's what's connecting us all. And that's what we need. And that's what we want to feel. And when I think of all of you, and I think of all the speakers who came to the event, I speak all the people who contributed, no matter how much, and even all their families, because that for me is so important. Most of you have somebody who's doing something in the house that is allowing this to happen. And so they are very much in my heart. And I really feel that, you know, it is this love field that is changing the world, and this quantum field, even more so than technology, even more so. If technology can be the vector of this, perfect, combine the two. But by being together, even if we are a small group of people with an intention, with our love, with our focus, then we are actually doing it. We're doing it now. It's not waiting for another event or even have more members. We are actually doing it now. And that for me is fantastic. Thank you.
Very good, everyone. Thank you very much. And Julie, you'll send us an invitation for next meeting and see how we can reinvent the world. Okay?
Well, we continue with this time. The executive committee meets an hour and a half earlier on Thursdays. And we can continue with the 2 o'clock Central European time. And we now move forward. For those, I would like to hear from all of you who are really interested in, you know, really continuing.
So maybe we can have this on a for next time, where we can make a round about the ideas of what could be the future of the movement and how we can all do, and then we can build something. Would that be okay?
Exactly.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Some colibris too.
Everyone.
Thank you. I love you. God bless you.